Welcome to SSP TV Community News. I'm Lisa Sugart. We begin our program with a special recognition, a ceremony for Air Force Airman First Class Joseph Galeta Jr., who served in the Vietnam War but never received the awards he earned until now.
Mr. Galeta, welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
You put me in shock.
54 years, 54 long years since the day you returned. This June coming up here in a few short weeks.
June 19th.
Yes, and a few short weeks away. 15 years, I was told, you've been searching and fighting and looking for military awards, if not longer. And the General and I and Mr. Hines and the rest of our military folks are here to present you with those awards.
I was 19 years old. I was living in Beaver Meadows. And I figured I'm going to get drafted. I didn't want to go in the Army, so I said, I'm going to go in the Air Force.
What was your reaction when you walked in here today?
I was in total shock. Total shock. I still can't believe it's going on. I waited 50-some years for these and never thought I'd get them.
What does this day mean to you?
Medals don't mean anything to anybody but me. I earned them. I thought I should get them, but I never thought I'd get them. And then I saw Dane, and he helped me, and thank God I got my medals. They mean a lot to me.
Mr. Galeta, you thought you were getting them in the mail. How much does it mean to have your family and everyone here? It's not just an envelope.
I couldn't believe it. That's all I expected. I figured they'll come in the mail and I'll make a frame up and I'll hang them, but I never expected anything like this.
What's it been like over the years when you see some of the troops coming home to welcome parties, but you never had one until now?
When we came back, it was terrible. We were spit on. I got discharged in San Francisco, Travis Air Force Base. We were escorted to the airport and put in a room in the airport, and we didn't know what we did. What do? We didn't do anything. It was terrible when we came back. We couldn't even get a job. If you were a Vietnam veteran, they would not hire. It was terrible. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they were protesting. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't ask to go, but we went.
Tell us a little bit about how you got some of those awards.
Well, Vietnam, I was on battle damage. When a plane went down, they had high-value items you used to go in the jungle to get out of. I was a crew chief on an F-105 fighter. We worked 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, no days off. Got up in the morning, worked all day. Saluted the pilots off, they took off, dropped their bombs, came back, fixed the planes. Went for a couple of beers after work, went to bed and got up and did it all over again. 10 o'clock at night, the mortars would come in and jumped in the bunkers, and that was it. You were young, you didn't. Like today, when my son went to Iraq, I was a wreck. Now I know what my parents went through when I went, but we thought nothing of it. We just did what we had to do. We all did. We had some super guys, super. But we did it for the country. We did it for us. My dad did it. He was in World War II. I was in Vietnam. My son Joe, he was in Iraq. So, and now my grandson wants to go in. It's a military family.
State Representative Dane Watrow made this day possible. Representative Watrow, why was it so important for you to honor Mr. Galeta?
Mr. Galeta, Airman Third Class Galeta, came to me several months ago and he asked, could we try to secure these awards? He wasn't sure what he had awarded to him, and it's extra special to me being a combat veteran. Mr. Galeta being a Vietnam War veteran. We worked diligently with Congressman Cartwright's office. He was phenomenal. We worked hard. We got those awards within 5 short months, and we're able today to present Mr. Galeta his long-awaited military awards.
He walked in, he had no idea. Why did you want this to be such a big surprise like this?
He really did not think it was ever going to happen. And it was month after month, he would say, "Hey, Dane, did you hear anything about those awards?" And Mr. Galeta, "No, did not hear anything yet, but we're working on it." And like I said, I would pick up that phone, call the congressman's office, and he would stay in close contact with me. And I sincerely got to thank Congressman Cartwright for his efforts in making this possible as well. When he walked through that door, I said, "Welcome home." And it was his welcome home that he should have had 50, 55 years ago, and he just didn't have that opportunity to be welcomed home.
It's an honor now to be joined by Major General retired James Joseph. It was wonderful to see what transpired here today. You presented these wonderful awards to Mr. Galeta. How did that make you feel?
Great. Anytime I could help out anybody that's in the service, especially enlisted, and on top of it, a fellow Vietnam veteran, it makes my day. He, like many of us, came back into country from our tour in Vietnam, landed somewhere in California, whether it was Travis Air Force Base or, in my case, Oakland. You got a ticket. Sometimes they told you, go in a room, change out of the uniform. It won't be good if you're seen in uniform. And most of us didn't know what they were talking about. In Joe's case, he came back into country, came into Travis Air Force Base, didn't receive any of the 6 or 7 awards that was awarded to him but not presented to him.
I'm very pleased right now to be joined by Mr. Galeta and also Bill Hines and Roman Barron, the 3 of them from Beaver Meadows originally, and I also from Beaver Meadows, where I grew up, and so these are familiar faces to me. I guess I'm going to start with you, Bill. Tell me, what is it like to see your friend honored like this?
I am in awe. When I turned and seen Joe's face, this man is so worthy of what he received for what he did for our country. I am so proud of him. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Welcome home.
Thank you.
It was a long time coming, that welcome
Yes, it
home.
was. Yes, it was.
Roman, I know I saw all of your faces. You were all in amazement. This is how it should have been back when.
Yes, well, it shouldn't have been. How many years is it now that you're waiting for?
50-some, 54.
You know.
I got out in 69.
We serve, and there's no recognition to it after the fact. And I think this is just marvelous, marvelous.
And this isn't something you just do for this gentleman. If there are people in our audience who maybe are in the same situation, they can come to you and ask for help like this.
Come see me. I say anything but military service. If you were never awarded your medals, come see me. We'll get it to the congressman, and we'll try diligently with him, work hard. He's a very hard worker when it comes to this, to make this happen.